Who wants to start off with their favorite thing they noticed?
Just now, I'm on the third box, and there was an L that had multiplied to be 16.
Yeah.
And so I factored 16, and I figured out that the factors were to get three numbers.
Yeah.
They're going to have to be a 2, a 2, and a 4.
Yeah.
And the 2s can't be vertically or horizontally,
Right.
so
So it would have to be 2, 2, 4, right?
4, 4, right?
But it could be 4, 4, 1, couldn't it?
Uh-oh.
this is a no. These no. It's wait. No. Yeah, no. It's the same thing. Okay, but no. It's a great trick. You were just looking at the wrong one. Look at this one. Yeah, 50. What's 50? 5, 5, 2. Okay, so this time, that's the only way to do it. So the 50 up here is just a giveaway because it has to be 2 5s and a 2. The 5s can't be in the same row or column. So we know we get a 5 and a 2 and a 5. Oh, I've done that kind of thing. You know, it's easy to do that kind of thing. I mean, especially when you got these long chains of logic in your brain, and it's 8 steps long, and you've screwed up 3 of them. You know. Yeah.
So the fourth column over.
Fourth column. Yeah.
We know that the bottom 3 squares have to be added 10.
There's 10.
Plus 5.
That's 15.
We know the top has to add to 6. Is that right?
It has to add. Yeah, you should. The first thing you do on a 6 by 6 is you add the numbers 1 to 6, and you get 21. So the magic number for the 4 by 4 was each row and column add to 10. On the 6 by 6, it's 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, which is 21. Okay, so you're using the same sort of a trick. So here's 10 of the 21, here's 15 of them, and so these 2 have to add to 6. So we have to find 2 numbers that add to 6, but whose difference is 2. There's 15 of the numbers are here, right? So that means there's 6 left over up here. So these 2 numbers have to add to give 6, and they have to be the difference has to be 2. So we need 2 numbers. Now what 2 numbers might those be? 4 and 2. Add to 6 in any order. So we don't know at first whether it's 4 and 2, but yeah, we do know because we've got a 2 up here, so this has to be a 4.
Yeah.
Is there any other way to get this one? As a 4 immediately? Yeah?
We have to get 40 there in the last column, second last column, right? So to get 40, 2 of the factors one of the factors must be 5, the other must be 8. To make
So 2
8,
and 4.
we have 4 and 2. So
Right.
last 3 cells will be filled out by 5, 2, and 4. So we are only left with 1, 3, and 6 for the first.
Right.
Yeah, the top 3.
But you can't get a difference of 5.
My question was slightly different. I said, we figured out there has to be a 4 here, right? But what I was asking is there another way to figure out that's a 4 without using a different chain? And there is at least I see one.
You can't get a difference of 5 using 4.
The only way you can get 5 is 6 and 1, right?
Right.
So that you've got a 1, you've got everything but the 4. Yeah, 5 minus is a great one on a 6 by 6. There's only one way to get the 5 minus clue, and that's 6 minus 1. So it's 1, 6 or 6, 1. And that means we've got everything but the 4. So we've nailed this guy. That's another way to decide that one is a 4. Yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't clear here. So that's a 4, and that's a 2. And while I'm at it, let me just put in the clues here that's a 1, 6. That's a 1, 6. Oh, and your observation here, we got some information here. 40, the 40's got a 5, And it's 5 times 8, so we got to have two numbers that multiply to give 8. Well, 2 and 4 are the only way that'll do it. So these three numbers in some order are 2, 4, 5. So let me just fill that in. These are the sort of notes that I would be taking. But 2, 4, 5. Okay.
Back to what she said before about the 16.
Yes.
Now that you know there's a 2 in the top left, that 4
Now, no. Now, yeah. If, right, 16 is either 2, 2, 4 or 4, 4, 1, but this 2 means there can't be a 2, 2, 4, so now it has to be the 4, 4, 1. Four, 4, 1. Oh, isn't that clever? Yeah, if you watch my code, you'll find out just how lazy I am. No, I mean, in the first round, they didn't go away, and I said, this is totally annoying. Okay.
were the 10 plus?
Is it okay to notate that you need a 3 and a 4?
Oh, sure. You need a 1, 3, and 6, right?
But you kind of know where the 3 are.
Oh, yeah. So let me just do that. I'll fill it in. 1, 3, and 6.
And then that's the other cage. The other 10 cage.
Like second row.
Oh.
Of the 10 plus because we already have
Oh.
a 2 and a 5.
Oh, right. So it's what, a 3 and a 4 here? I'm sorry. 3, 4, and a 3, 4. Oops, but it has to be the 4, right? And that means that one has to be the 3. What numbers add to give 11?
5 and 6.
That's the only way to get it, right? So you get a 5 and a 6 there in some order. Here's another right. So we don't know where the 6 is, but it's in one of these two. And that means there can be no more 6s in that row. And so that means this cannot be a 6, so it has to be a 1 in the upper corner. Right? So that tells us for sure this is a 1, and therefore this has to be the 6. Here's the other observation that, when it's 10, can I do something?
So in that far right column, that has to be 2 up under that 4.
Right. This, where are we now? Which column? Last column, yeah. Oh, right. We've got everything but a 2 in here, right? We don't know where the 5 and 6 go, but only missing numbers a 2, so that's good. So we get a 2 here, and now we should be able to get our we practiced the 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 on the first one to give 10, and here we have 2, 3, and 4, so we must be missing. And I guess we could have gotten that 1 because we know about the 2, 4, 5 here. Here's the same thing happening, right? Only a 2 and a 5, only a 2 and a 5. I don't know how they go, but that means this one can't be a 2 and it can't be a 5. This had better be your 4.
You want to trace backward?
Yeah. Start over. Definitely.
You could ask for a separate sheet.
Okay, now what?
Oh, but not in a column.
Can you do anything with this row? What numbers are missing?
4, 8, 4, and 6.
So the 3 has to go on the left.
Right, because I have to, of the 3 numbers, there are the 3 missing numbers in these 3 slots: 3, 4, and 6, and I have to find 2 of them that subtract to give 2. So 6 and 4 are the only pair that do it. Right, so this is 6 and 4, and that means that must be 3, and we can do more. But let's do the 3 that I remember first, and now we get 4 and 6 in these 2, but the 4 blocks, so that's a 6, that's a 4. Oops! I forgot to move my cursor here. 6, that's a 4, and this has to be a 6 for a bunch of reasons. And now notice, you know, since we've been keeping these little notes about what's available, I can now fill in, you know, this.
And then one of the six.
Yeah, so let me just fill those in. And now, when I fill those in, there are a bunch of others that go down to 1. And now the bunch of others go to 1. It's just, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But it turns out at that point, I've got a special key I can punch that says, hey, if there's obvious things, namely if I've got everything but 1 in a row, fill it in, or if there's only one possibility in a cell, fill it in. And so in fact, once we'd reached the point where we were here, everything was totally obvious in the sense that over and over again, there's only one thing that can go here. There's only, I've got everything in the row but this one, it has to be this, step. So we've done all of the real work at that point. How are we doing on time? Okay.